guys, so I figured I'd start doing videos because I do online school and it's really boring throughout the day. So I figured I'd talk about my pregnancy and everything that's happened. I uploaded a video a couple of weeks ago, but something was wrong with it whenever I went to go watch it on YouTube. Like, it had lines and stuff all over it. But I'm 17 years old, and yes, I'm pregnant, of course. I'm pregnant with a little girl. Her name's Alana Grace. Yes, I'm going to tell you about my story, how I found out I was pregnant, and how I told my mom, dad, and my boyfriend. So basically, I was 16 when I found out I was pregnant, and I was with my boyfriend at the time at his house. And I was getting in the shower. I had a feeling because I had missed my period. So I took a shower and I took a test before I got in the shower. Well, I stepped out of the shower to look at the test and it said positive. And the first thing that came to my head was like, oh my God. Like, I was so scared. I was scared, happy, and like all mixed emotions. I don't even know. It's hard to speak about it because I was so scared. But so I got back in the shower, and the whole time I was like washing my hair and stuff, I was just like, oh my God. I just kept saying it over and over and over. And so I got out the shower and I told my boyfriend to come here, and he knew I was taking the test, so he was like, am I going to be happy? I was like, I don't know. And I was kind of scared to show him the test, so I just gave it to him. And then I was like so scared of his reaction, so I was just sitting there biting my lip. I was like, oh my God. And he looked up at me and he smiled really big and he was like, I love you so much. And he gave me like the biggest hug ever and was like kissing me so much and hugging me so much. I was like, oh my God. I was really happy the way he reacted because I was really scared of how he was going to react. But I was really happy. Sorry I look like crap, but yeah, I've been cleaning up the house and stuff and just been like being lazy lately. But let's see. Okay, so that's how I told my boyfriend Lucas. And next person to know was his mama. We went out to eat for Chinese, and we were like reading our fortune cookies, and Lucas's mom asked Lucas what his said, and he was like, mine says Kristen's pregnant. And at first she didn't believe us at all. She was like, Lucas, shut up, because Lucas joked around a lot. And then she was like, we kept telling her over and over, and she was like, Lucas, you better quit playing and all this. But then Lucas texted her while he was at school one day and told her to look in his top drawer because he kept the pregnancy test. And she cried because she had Lucas and his brother at a young age, so she knew it was going to be hard. So she cried for like 2 days, and then she texted me and told me that she was sorry the way she reacted, but it's going to be hard, and she loves me and Lucas, and she's going to love this baby, and she was basically just telling us that it's going to be hard, but she's happy and excited to finally have a grandbaby, but it's a little bit earlier than she thought. So that was how we told his mom. My mom, well, Lucas's mom kept it a secret for a couple of days, and that weekend we went to my mom's house. They were going to drop me off, and we all came inside, and I guess it was like a motherly instinct, because when his mom looked at my mom was like, don't tell me it is what I think it is, and she was like, yep. And my mama was just like, Kristen, she was like, you know how hard this is going to be? She was telling me about how schoolwork is going to be 10 times harder than it is now, and how much my life is going to change just by doing one simple thing. And so my stepdad walked in and he completely blew up. He was screaming at Lucas, don't you know what a condom is? And he was like, Lucas was so scared, I could see it, but like 5 minutes later, they were all joking around and stuff and talking about we're going to have a fun summer dealing with, you know, 1 month, 2 months, and 3 month old through the summer. So it was kind of crazy. And telling my dad's very strict, and I just recently moved out from him. And I was with Lucas one day, and my mama called me, and she was like, guess what? And I was like, what? She was like, your dad stopped by, and he asked me was what he was hearing true. And I had to tell him. I was like, oh my God, my daddy was, I knew he was going to be so mad. He didn't talk to me for like 3 weeks, and then he texted me out of the random and said, I love you. That's all it said on the message was, I love you. And so I had to text him back, and I was like, I love you too. And I was like, I know you're disappointed in me, and I'm really sorry that this happened. And I was like, but I'll prove to you that I'm going to be a good mom and that I can take care of this. And he was just telling me that he was disappointed, but people make mistakes, and I could tell he was still kind of mad. He was really sad though, because he was telling me about he couldn't see his baby having a baby, and it was hard to watch his little girl grow up. So that was kind of sad. I know I cried when I read that message. It made me really sad. I was really sad for real, because me and my daddy did not get along at all, but when we did get along, like, he was my best friend. But, yeah. So that's how I told my parents. My pregnancy hasn't been the easiest. I've had to go to the hospital, I think, a total of 3 times since being pregnant. The first time I was spotted and I thought I had a miscarriage. That was like the scariest moment of my life. I was with Lucas's aunt and Lucas, and I just started bleeding. I felt it, so I ran to the bathroom, and it was like a lot of blood, and I was like, oh my God. The first thing that came to my head was a miscarriage. And I ran in my room, well, mine and Lucas's room, because we were living with his aunt at the time, and I was like, oh my God. So I called I texted my mama, and I was crying, so my mama called me, and she said, she was asking me all kinds of questions. She told me not to freak out, and she told me to talk to Lucas's aunt, because she had a miscarriage before, so she knew what it was like. So I didn't want to tell Lucas yet, because I didn't want him to be like scared, you know, or freaking out. So I told his aunt to come here for a second, and I told her I went to the bathroom and I was bleeding, and she was like, oh, that's not good. And I was like, yeah, no. And she was asking me, was it a lot? And then, like, she just started crying, and then Lucas came in there, and he was like, what's wrong? And then I had to tell him, and Lucas started crying so bad, and he was like, no, no. He was like, this is not happening. And he was just crying and kissing my belly and rubbing it and hugging me. It was so sad. We went in the emergency room and waited forever. And then they told me that the baby had moved off the uterus wall, and that caused a little bit of blood, but that the baby was healthy and everything. So we were all super happy when we heard that. And then I had to go again because I had very bad back pain. And last time I had to go like 3 weeks ago because I had like the sharpest pain ever, like in my stomach up here. Like every time like I laid down and I moved, I got up, I walked, sat down, anything, it would start hurting so bad. Like it was the worst pain ever. And so I went, and they told me that I had some E word, but something like indigestion with the baby's, where the baby's growing is pushing up on my rib cage and all that. Like it's causing me to have bad indigestion. So I had to have medicine for that. And it's been hurting recently. It started hurting 2 nights ago, and I had to take some medicine for it again. But other than that, like, everything's going okay right now. I'm waiting for Lucas to get out of school. I'm now in the 3rd trimester, which is really happy, really exciting, and I'm really happy because it's closer and closer. I'm ready to see my little girl. And I guess I'll give you a belly shot. 28 weeks and 1 day. And this is my big old belly. It looks like a basketball kind of. And she's been moving like so much lately, it's not even funny. Her movements are like super strong right now, like sometimes it wakes me up when I'm sleeping now, so. But, yeah, that's my story. I'll upload some more videos. I'll do a baby haul, because I have a lot of clothes and stuff for her that my aunts and relatives and everything, and we've gotten her so far. Like, you can see her playpen, and her bouncer seat, and her car seat. But, yeah, that's basically it. So, keep watching videos.